नमो नारायणाय ओम 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 नमो Yes, what a beautiful, delightful day every you are giving, respected friends, by providing this opportunity to go through our greatest of the literature, Upanishads. May this continue till we reach to the ultimate goal, come what may. Shwethashwathara Upanishad, Panchamoodhyaya. Each mantra again guiding us regarding the nature of the self for us to thoroughly understand its glory, its Swarupa Lakshana and its Mahima, its Tatastha Lakshana and its Mahima. So much that you must know that alone is the truth, that alone is the substratum, and the realization of that alone is the giver of ultimate. For that purpose only all these guidances. Once we are convinced that achieving to that Brahma Sthiti is the Lakshya, then the same kind of Upanishad continuously guides us through the various outer and inner sadhanas to reach out to that experience within us. These are the main things about which we have to have clarity as a result of studying the Upanishads. May we have them very soon, respected friends. Let us do that, and before the study of Upanishads, the Upanishad Mantrocharana, before that, the Shanti Mantra and Sankalpa, before that, a little time is spent for some common sense thought useful for us in our life, and much before all of that, our first aspect of Vedic chanting. Rig Veda we are doing, Dashama Mandalam we are doing, 86, 87, these two Anuvakas we try to understand, chant today. May we focus, let us try. Om Athaveda Parayanam Rugvedaha Dashama Mandalam Atha Ashta Ashititama Anuvakadarabhya. Om Om Vihisotorasrukshatanendram devamamamsata yatra madat vrashakapirya pushteshu matsaka vishwasmadindra uttaraha parahindra thavasi vrashakapirativyatihi no ahapravindasyanyatra somapitaye vishwasmad indra uttaraha किमयं त्वां वृषाकपिश्चकार हरितो मृगः यस्माइरस्य सीदुन्वर्यो वा पुष्टिमद्वसु विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः यमिमं त्वं वृषाकपिं प्रियमिन्द्राभिरक्षसि श्वान्वस्य जम्भिषदपि कर्णे वराहयुर्विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः प्रियातष्टानि मे कपिर्व्यक्ता व्यदूदुषता शिरोन्वस्य राविशं न सुगं दुष्कृते भुवं विश्वस्माद् इन्द्र उत्तरः नमस्त्री शुभसत्तरा न सुयाशुतरा भुवद नमत्प्रतिच्यवीयसी न शक्त्युद्यमीयसी विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः उभे अम्बसुलाभिके यथेवाङ्गभविष्यति वसन्मे अम्बशक्ति मे शिरो मे वीव हृष्यति विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः किं सुबाहो संगुरे पृथुष्टो पृथुजाघने किं शूरपत्निनस्त्वमभ्यमीषि वृषाकपिं विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः अवीरामिव मामयं शरारुरभिमन्यते उताहमस्मि वीरिणीन्द्रपत्नी मरुत्सखा विश्वस्माद् इन्द्र उत्तरः संहोत्रं स्वपुरा नारी समनं वावगच्छति वेदारुतस्य वीरिणीन्द्रपत्नी महीयते विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः इन्द्राणीमासु नारीषु सुभगामहमश्रवम् न ह्यस्य अपरं च न जरसामरते पतिर्विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः नाहमिन्द्राणिरारण सख्युर्वृषाकपेर्हृते यस्येदमप्यं हवि प्रियं देवेषु गच्छति विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः वृषाकपायिरेवति सुपुत्र आदु शुश्रूषे गसत्त इन्द्र उक्षणः प्रियङ्काचित्करं हविर्विश्वस्माद् इन्द्र उत्तरः उक्ष्णो हि मे पञ्चदश साकं पचन्ति विंशतिम् उताहमद्मिभैव इदुवा कुक्षी प्रणन्ति मे विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः वृषभो न तिग्मशृङ्गोऽन्तर्यूथे शुरोरुवत वन्तस्त इन्द्रशं हृदयन्ते सुनोति भावयुर्विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः न शेषे यस्य रम्भतेऽन्तरा शक्त्या कप्रत सेदिशे यस्य रोमशं निषेदुषो विजृम्भते विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः न शेषे यस्य रोमशं निषेदुषो विजृम्भते सेदिशे यस्य रम्भतेऽन्तरा शक्त्या कपृद्विश्वस्माद् इन्द्र उत्तरः अयमिन्द्र वृषाकपे परस्वन्तं हतं विदद असिं सूनान्नवं चरुमाते दस्यान आचितं विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः अयमेमि विचाकषद्विचिन्वन्दा समार्यं पिबामि पाकसुत्वनो धीरमचाकशं विश्वस्माद् इन्द्र उत्तरः धन्वच यत्कृन्तत्रञ्च कतिस्वित्ता वियोजन नेदीयसो वृषाकपेस्तमेहि गृहा उपविश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः पुनरेहि वृषाकपे सुविता कल्पयावहै य एष स्वप्नवंशनोस्तमेषि पथा य एष स्वप्ननं शनोस्तमेषि पथा पुनर्विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः यदुवञ्चो वृषागपे गृहमिन्द्राजगन्धन क्वस्य पुल्वघो मृग कमगञ्जनयोपनो विश्वस्माद् इन्द्र उत्तरः परशुर्ह नाम मानवे साकं ससोभविंशतिं भद्रं फलत्यस्या अभूद्यस्या उदरमामयद् विश्वस्मादिन्द्र उत्तरः 87. We'll do one more. ओम रक्षोहणं वाजिनमाजिघर्मि मित्रं प्रतिष्ठमुपयामि शर्म शिशानो अग्निः क्रतुभिः समिद्धः स नो दिवास ऋषः पातु नक्तम् अयोदं श्लो अर्चिषा यातु दानानुपस्पृश जातवेदः समिद्धः आजिह्वया मुरदेवान् रवस्व क्रव्यादो वृक्त्वपि तत्स्वासन् उपोपयाविन्नुपदेहि दंष्ट्राहिंस्र शिशानो वरं परञ्च उदान्तरिक्षे पर्याहि राजञ्जम्भैः सन्धेह्याभि सन्धेह्यभियातु दानान् यज्ञैरिषोः सन्नवमानो अग्ने वाचा शल्या अशनिभिर्दिहानः अभिर्विद्य हृदये यातु दानान् प्रतीचो बाहुन् प्रति भङ्गीषाम् अग्ने त्वचं यातु दानस्य भिन्दि हिंस्राश निर्हरसा हन्त्वेनं प्रपर्वाणि जातवेदः शृणीः क्रव्यात्क्रविष्णुर्विचिनोतु वृक्णम् यत्रेदानीं पश्यसि जातवेदस्तिष्ठन्तमग्न उत वाचरन्तम् यद्वान्तरिक्षे पदविः पतन्तं तमस्ता विद्य शर्वाशिशानः उतालब्धं शृणुहि जातवेद आलेभानाद् दृष्टिभिर्यातु दानाद् अग्ने पूर्वो निजहिषोषुचान आमाद क्षिङ्कास्तमदन्त्विनीः इह प्रब्रूहि यतमस्सो अग्ने यो यातु दानो य इदं कृणोति तमारभस्व सविधाय विष्ट नुचक्षसश्चक्षुषे नन्दयैनं तीक्ष्णेनाग्ने चक्षुषा रक्ष यज्ञं प्राञ्चं वसुभ्यः प्रणय प्रचेतः हिंस्रं रक्षांस्य विशोषुचानं मात्वा दवन्यातु दानान् नृचक्षा रक्ष परिपश्य विक्षुतस्य त्रीणि प्रति शृणिह्यग्रा तस्याग्ने पृष्टिर्हरसा शृणिः त्रेधा मूलं यातु दानस्य वृश्च त्रिर्यातु दान प्रसितिन्त एत्वतं यो अग्ने अनृतेन हन्ते तमर्चिषा स्फूर्जयन् जातवेद समक्षमेनं गृणते निवृन्धि तदग्ने चक्षुः प्रतिदेहि रेवे शफारुजं येन पश्यसि यातु दानो अथर्वपज्योतिषा दैव्येन सत्यं दूर्वन्तमचितन्योष यदग्ने अद्य मिथुना शपातो यद्वाचस्तृष्टं जनयन्तरेवाः मन्योर्मनस शरव्या जायते यातया विद्य हृदये यातु दानान् पराश्रुणीः तपसा यातु दानान् पराग्ने रक्षो हरसा शृणीः परार्चिषा मोरदेवान् शृणीः परानृत्सुतृपो अभिशोषुचानः पराद्य देवा वृजिनं शृणन्तु प्रत्यगेनं शमधायन्तु त्वष्टाः वाचास्तेनं शरवरुच्छन्तु मर्मन् विश्वस्यैत प्रसिद्धिं यातु दानः यः पौरुषेयेण क्रविशा समङ्क्तेयो अश्वेन पशुना यातु दानः यो अज्ञाया भरति क्षीरमग्ने तेषां शीर्षाणि हरसाभिवृश्च संवत्सरेणं पय उश्रियायास्तस्य माशीद्यातु दानोऽनृचक्षः पीयोषमग्ने यतमस्ति तृप्साप्तं प्रत्यञ्चमर्चिषा विद्यमर्मन् विषङ्गवां यातु दानाः पिबन्ध्वा वृश्च्यन्तामदितये दुरेवाः फर्धिना परैनान् देव सविदा ददातु पराभागमोषधीनां जयन्ताम सनादग्ने मृणसि यातु दानान्नत्वा रक्षांसि पृतनासु जिग्युः अनुदः सहमूरान् क्रव्याधो माते हेत्या मोक्षत दैव्यायाः त्वन्नो अग्ने अधरादुदग्धा त्वं पश्चादुतरक्षा पुरस्तात् प्रतितेते अजरासस्तभिष्टा अगशन् संशोषुचतो दहन्तो पश्चात् पुरस्तादधरादुदग्धात् कवि काव्येन परिपाहि राजन् सखे सखायमजरोजरिम्नेऽग्ने मर्तागम् अमर्त्यस्त्वन्नः परित्वाग्ने पुरं वयं विप्रं सहस्य धीमहि दृशद्वर्णं दिवे दिवे हन्तारं भङ्गुरावत्याम् विषेण भङ्गुरावत प्रतिस्म रक्षसोदः अग्ने तिग्मेन शोचिषा तपुरग्राभिर्वृष्टिभिः प्रत्यग्ने मिथुनादहयातु दाना किमीदिना सन्त्राशिषामि जागृह्य दब्धं विप्रमन्मभिः प्रत्यग्ने हरसाहर शृणैः विश्वतः प्रति यातु दानस्य रक्षसो बलं विरुज वीर्यं ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Thus, Vedic chanting is enjoyed for that day. May it continue every day. Let the chanting with more joy, with more concentration, with more love devotion, with more faith and prayerful mood we do, as every day we continue practicing this most divine chanting. Friends, in today's second aspect of our common sense thought. Simple, two things, very short and sweet and precise. First one is what? As it goes in Hindi, दूसरों के जय से पहले खुद को जय करे. So when we say we have to conquer ourselves, what it means? We have to conquer our mind, what it means and how it is done. This is a very short topic today. The winning over of our mind or our intellect, our antakarana means what? These 3 or 4 problems in the mind have to be sorted out. That is the meaning of conquering the mind. First one is the ignorance in the mind has to be conquered or eliminated. That avidya is the biggest threat, biggest problem. Ignorance, not knowing, no information at all. As a human being with the intellect given, definitely by having the knowledge, we can conquer or eliminate the ignorance, and that aspect of antakarana conquered, it can be called as jnana prapti, with which the ajnana is removed. That is one conquering of the mind, because the ajnana yukta antakarana is the hetu for all our problems. So that's how day in and day out we have to keep on adding to our jnanams. Tattva jnanam, adhyatmika jnanam also, and all the jnanams which are required for us to survive, sustain, grow in life, they have to be gained by us. So the avidya के ऊपर जय है, अंतःकरण का जय है, and कैसा होगा वो विद्या के द्वारा होता है. Note this first point. In the same way, almost the same thing is what? The misunderstandings, the wrong notions, plenty are there in our mind. So many. Those misunderstandings, wrong notions also have to be with right understanding, right clarities, we have to conquer them. As we have misunderstandings about the people, about the world in so many ways. Why this world is in front of us, why the people are in front of around us, why these upadhis are given to us. About each of these things, we have misunderstandings. And wherever we have misunderstanding regarding the things, we then misuse or abuse those things. Then we get the punishment for them because of those activities. Like misunderstood the electricity, then wrongly contacted. Then the punishment is that terrible shock. Misunderstanding for a moment. The accelerator to be the brake. So therefore, wanting to stop the vehicle, but instead of brake, the accelerator is pressed. It doesn't take much time for catastrophic calamity with this small misunderstanding. It's very small, micro. It is not every day done, just once done, but that's once for all. Examples I am giving that how our wrong understandings or misunderstandings make us do wrong things, because of which also we continuously suffer. And in so many ways we have, so many places we have misunderstandings, right? And also incomplete understandings. So the conquering the mind is the ignorance is removed by the wisdom of knowledge. The misunderstandings or wrong understandings are corrected by the right understandings. Then the half understandings are completed by the complete understandings. Right? This is called as the winning over our personality, because with this type of personality, all our beautiful performances will be beautiful, victories will be great and great. Three things. Now the fourth aspect is important key. One more conquering of the antakarana is for all the opposite things. What's the authority? For our knowledge, for our clarifications, for our convictions. What is the authority? Therefore, from the wrong authority of already misled people, from the wrong authority of the negative people, uneducated people, less informed people, people are the resources, which are cunning, which are cruel, which are selfish. When they are our authority, in spiritual language, the people who are fully engrossed in the samsara, they are the authority for us to give us wisdom. How can they be? They are the authority for us to remove our hesitations and give us clear understandings. Isn't it? So, from the wrong authorities, in fact, this is more important than all, to come to the right authority is really our own inner conquering. For whatever the reason, our inner personality takes up the self destructive things as the authority. कभी कभी अपने मन बुद्धि को अपना अज्ञान, अपना गलत फहमी ही आधार बनता है, उसको ही ज्ञान मानकर इट कीप्स टेकिंग डिसीजंस, कमिटिंग द ब्लंडर्स. So that also to be checked again and again within ourselves and outside also, who are the ones who are our authorities. If it is the people in terms, which should be the people as an authority for our guidance, like for the youngster, should be the parents' authority and to give him guidance regarding what to do, or the newly made friends who are the time pass mongers, or who are the extroverted ones, or who are the ones who waste their resources. कौन अथॉरिटी बनना चाहिए उस यंगस्टर को डिसीजंस लेने के लिए हर दिन? थिंक अबाउट इट. So too for you and I also, how to conduct the life, etc. Who should be the authority? The spiritual giants and masters, or the totally lost people? So too, which books should be our authority? In this world, thousands and thousands and thousands of books are written by hundreds and thousands of people. But are those people and their writings can be the authority to us? Are they experienced ones? Are they the true, genuine people? Are they fully wise? Are they really matured? Are their writings coming from their experience, or they have copied from somewhere? Or their writings are only commercial based with half knowledge, half baked one? How can giving up the great Adi Shankaras, etc., we take the stupid, selfish fellows like Max Muller, etc., as the guidance for the translation of our own Vedas, Rishi Upanishads? How cunningly, in a subtle manner, he tried to give the wrong information regarding our Shastras to we only the Hindus, the so called English educated ones. And how cunning and poisonous way, appearing to be nectarine outside, these people misguide. How bapre! It's very difficult to fathom it. The crocodile tears जो कहते हैं इस तरह का. I'm just giving some examples. Which should be the book's authority to us? Which people should be authority to us? है ना? In understanding and in taking decisions in life. So, from the wrong authority to the right authority, from half understanding to full understanding, from the misunderstanding to the correct understanding, from zero or no understanding, ignorance to correct understanding or complete understanding or wisdom. These transformations in us are called the, what do you call, the conquering of ourselves. And then living life according to that. Then over and above all this, the most important one, the meaning of conquering ourselves is, be careful, be conscious to listen. To conquer our own inner notions, hesitations, inhibitions and सबसे ज़्यादा fears. The notions, hesitations, inhibitions, fears in us as regards the Shastra indicated way of life, as regards the matured acharyas or the gurus indicated way of life, as regards, to put in our own language, the noble way of living life. We have lots of hesitations in us, lots of notions in us, lots of inhibitions in us, lot of fears in us. What sort of fears they can be? The fears of the death, the fears of the unknown, then the fears of, losing something. These are the ones which all of our hearts carry for less purpose or no purpose, because of which, though all resources are given, though all opportunities are given, though all the helps are given, though all the freedoms are given, though the best of the results are promised, yet we are not able to take sufficient initiatives. One of the most important thing in our life, which makes us fail, which we have to conquer, conquering which we will be the real conquerors. The fears and hesitations. Okay? And the only way, be attentive, only way to conquer this most non-positive, destructive thing in us, the blockade in us, which doesn't allow us to grow in spite of all the best things. The only way is what? Listen carefully. Starting to experiment, of course, calculatively, of course, in small doses. And then see that this experiment, when it has yielded the positive result, then let the inhibitions, hesitations, and the fears are replaced by the willingnesses, the confidences, etc. Experimentation is the only way by which we come out of the fears and the hesitations in taking up the noble way of life everywhere, anywhere. And from the small little worldly mundane examples up to the spiritual, you can see. And any example, like let's say in the kitchen for the husband, there is throughout life fear and hesitation कि मैं चावल नहीं बना सकता, मैं रोटी नहीं बना सकता, मेरे से ये सब्जी नहीं बनती है. See the fear in him कि खराब हो जाएंगे ये सब. See the hesitation in him. See the inhibition in him. Isn't it? Now, when he goes into the kitchen, tries how to gundu the atta. Once, twice, that may go wrong in the first, second attempts. Third, fourth attempt may, little bit at least, will it come or not? When slowly, steadily is able to do, will he not achieve? And then when he observes that achievement, will he not have confidence? Other than this way of experimentation, where is the way to come out of our fears, our notions, our hesitations and inhibitions? But once he learns that art, he is independent. Even if wife goes somewhere, he can make his food. Isn't it? He can help her out when she is not well at home. He need not be blank. क्या रे मुझे नहीं आता? Isn't it? Like that, from this onwards, any of the things in the world, that social service, I can't do, that fear and inhibition. भाई एक्सपेरिमेंट करके देखो, you will conquer that fear, you will do it, and that doing gives, like their example of making that roti, gives such a great joy, कैसा भी हो उसका शेप, बट जो एक्सपेरिमेंट और उससे जो सक्सेस मिला, nothing can replace that ananda, nothing can surpass, supersede that ananda. That's the ananda we have to gain. That's the meaning of conquering oneself. So the social services activities we talked about, or the outer world, any of the punya karma we talk about, हमेशा fear, hesitation, कि कुछ होगा करके वो इतना पकड़ के रखता है हमको कि इतना एबिलिटी कैपेसिटी होते हुए भी वी आर डिनाइड ऑफ परफॉर्मिंग एंड अचीविंग. Right? Now come to the spiritual field also. So many beautiful, great things we can keep on doing, we can keep on achieving, we can keep on evolving. But then the fears, but then the hesitations, but the notions, innovations, so many we brought. So many are piled up, stocked in us. एक नहीं तो दूसरा हमें हराता ही है. Any example, or regular example of getting up in the morning at 5 o'clock. See the fear कि मैं उठूंगा तो क्या हो जाएगा. अरे 6 बजे उठने वाले हो, 5 को नहीं तो 5:30 को उठकर देखो, नहा कर देखो. क्या फियर ऑफ डेथ, मर जाओगे क्या? फियर ऑफ लूजिंग, क्या नुकसान होगा बताओ. एक दिन थोड़ा करके देखना. उठा, नहाया, अपना जप वगैरह की, या उठे, जस्ट फ्रेशनड अप, वेंट फॉर ए वॉकिंग आउटसाइड एंड हैड ए फ्रेश एयर. व्हाटएवर आई कैन नॉट गेट अप इन द मॉर्निंग, that inability, that fear, that hesitation, that has to be conquered. It can be done only by experimentation. If not, for days together, for months together, for years together, for lives together also, that most beautiful thing we will end up in not doing only. In the same way, chant the Veda mantras. हर एक्सपेरिमेंट करो, क्या मर जाओगे करने से? देखो, वो कोई वेद मंत्र पढ़ते हुए मरता है तो उससे किस्मत वाला तो है ही नहीं. Like I gave you that example in my earlier days when we used to take so many devotees to the Char Dham Yatra, especially to the Gangotris, Yamunotri, Badriketan and all of that. Oh, many times, 30, 40 times. So there, having reached to Gangotri, such a divine place, people have such a fear, hesitation, inhibition to take bath in that water. South Indians, more of them, some of them. So there the heat, it is hot, hotter and hottest. Seeing that water cold, they don't even try to touch also. And they are so fear and they look at us so much anger when we tell them, Swamiji, you took us all the way from those places to here to kill us. We will die only if we take that cold water. I used to tell them, oh my respected mother, you will never die by taking this water, because to die here you will have to do lot of punya. Then one or two who have little more faith than doubt. Swamiji, ठीक है, but लेकिन एक चंबू ही डालना. Then one chambu is poured on him or her. So much they have fear. Then the other fellows there are डुबकी लगा रहे, अब इनको थोड़ा वो फियर गया, साहब जी वन मोर, आफ्टर पुटिंग तीन चार चंबू दे से पूरा बाल्टी डालो, आफ्टर वन बाल्टी डन दे से टू मोर बाल्टी, and then after that's over they go, they won't talk, they don't come near, because now that feeling inside of sins guilt कि अगर बात नहीं मानी तो जिंदगी भर के लिए गिल्ट होता था कि we reached Gangotri but we have never taken the bath in the mother Ganga. Thereafter then they anywhere they go, then after यमुनोत्री गए, केदार में गए, फिर अलकनंदा में, बद्री में गए, they are the first ones to come, डालो. Otherwise for the whole life they miss, and they have one or two people come to all yatras, but they are so stubborn and egoistic, but नहीं करना भी तो नहीं करना. Really they died without taking the bath after whatever the amount of life they lived. I'm just giving example. See the hesitation. तीर्थ यात्रा जाना, fear and hesitation. दान धर्म करना, fear and hesitation. सुबह उठना, fear and hesitation. भाई एक्सपेरिमेंट करो थोड़ा थोड़ा, है ना. पाठ करना, fear and hesitation, inhibition, notion. We are not going to die when we do them, है ना. स्टडी भगवत गीता, fear. Come to Upanishad class, fear. Sit half an hour in front of the Lord, अच्छी तरह नहा के, धोती वगैरह पहन के, चंदन कुमकुम लगा के, yes, take the whatever the suktams, stotrams and do the abhishek to the Lord, wipe and put चंदन कुमकुम. तुम तो अपने दिन अपने करते ही जा रहे हो पिछले 80-100 साल से. You can't do it to the Lord. वो पता नहीं सब notion, पता नहीं है वो, what is it, nobody knows. That hesitation, that inhibition, that fear and the notion, no, I cannot do that. See, this is the Maya, this is the Moha, this is the Mana, this is our Shatru. Go to the Guru, they have fear. Go and stay in the ashram, they have the fear. Sit for meditation, they have the fear. For anything good to do, they have fear and notion and hesitation. And to go and eat in any hotel, no fear, no hesitation, no doubt at all to them कि कौन खाना बना रहा है, वो नहा के बनाया कि नहीं, किस तरह की चीज मिलाकर बना रहा है ना. इज इट गुड फॉर हेल्थ और नॉट, नथिंग डूइंग, नो फियर, नो हेजिटेशन, है ना. विद द पीपल कहाँ कहाँ घूमने जाते हैं, नो फियर हेजिटेशन विद दैट, हाउ मच मनी इज लॉस्ट, हाउ मच ऑफ द हेल्थ इज लॉस्ट, how much of the mind is polluted, corrupted with these things. उसमें तो फियर हेजिटेशन नहीं होता भाई, उसको छाव से इनिशिएटिव लेते वहां. Isn't it? Taking initiative without fear when the friend offers the first smoke, first smack, and thereafter then they find the joy in it, they get addicted and they destroy. Here also, when we experiment, we will come to know these things. One, we want to die when we do them. Second, there is nothing is lost when we do them. Third, it is so beautiful. Fourth, it is so beneficial. Five, it is the most refreshing one. Sixth, actually, these are the ones to do which we are given this human life. Seventh, while doing these things alone, there is evolution, there is realization, there is reaching to the ultimate. ये वन बाई वन चीज हमारे अंदर तभी समझ में आते हैं जब हम, what is the underlining point? Only one thing, start experimenting in the doses small. And be honest. When you experiment, 100% you will be successful. Whatever the percentage, from that gain the confidence and repeat the experimentation. So that come out of that no confidence to confidence level. From the fear to the fearlessness level, from the inhibition, hesitation to the inspiration and the right attitude to do the things. अच्छे अच्छे चीजें करने को इतना हम डरते रहते हैं. Throughout the life, this is what we are. This is what is called as conquering oneself. तो अविद्या को विद्या से, अल्प विद्या को समग्र विद्या से, है ना. The wrong notions को, wrong understandings को right understanding से we have to keep on conquering them. And most important two are, one, from the wrong authority to the right authority. The last one is through the small little doses of experimentation, the fears, the notions, inhibitions, etc. have to be replaced by the joys, the inspirations, the readinesses to take the initiative. And thus, the one who is that way, every moment with full inspiration, a person of taking initiative, a person of performance, he alone goes on growing in life. One or two times कोई मिस्टेक भी हो गया, फेल्यूर भी हो गया, तो क्या पता तो चलता है ना कि ऐसा करने को मिस्टेक कहते हैं और ऐसा करने से फेलियर होता है. सो लेट अस नॉट डू इट नेक्स्ट टाइम. Isn't it? I take my own example. I too had the fears, inhibition regarding can I do the classes online? Because who will listen, what comments they make, whether they like it or not. But will I be able to do it in a manner or not? Isn't it? If it was valued, those fear hesitations, we would have not done these things. अभी थोड़ा थोड़ा एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन कर रहे हैं, तो लिटिल बाय लिटिल आर वी नॉट लर्निंग, मी हियर एज अ स्पीकर, यू देयर एज द लिसनर. अगर वी आर ऑलवेज इन दैट फियर एंड कंफ्यूजन दैट दीज उपनिषद्स आर नॉट फॉर मी, these prakana granthas are not for me, this Gita is not for me, I cannot do, I don't know. And many people who were informed about all that, they had those, they never started. And some of you who took those initiative and continued that. Now, are we not in so many ways have grown up, have developed within us, that we can come, we can sit for 1 hour, we can take our pen and paper, we can keep our Bhashya Kitab, our Upanishad and Gita in front, we can listen, we can try to tune to the main Acharya as well as the Bhashyakara and try to understand what is revealed in that. अरे भाई ये वाला अपॉर्चुनिटी हमें 10,000 जन्म से था, but we never experimented. Therefore, we never learned. But in this life, we are experimenting and see the gains. For us, you and I, whether we become practical or not, at least for our clear understandings and decisions, we now got the authority. My gurus, my Sanatana Dharma Shastras, they are there as an authority for me to clearly guide regarding my do's and don'ts. ये खुद ही अपने आप में एक बड़ा अचीवमेंट. हाँ, doing whatever is said there exactly, again experimenting them, coming out of all those fears will be again the next steps. At least the initial hesitations, fears have gone. Positively, the faith has developed. How beautiful that it is. Please remember, experiment करो जरूर इन सारे अच्छे अच्छे चीजों में जितना आप मेजर कर सकते हो. Isn't it? Like in doing even yoga asanas. Experiment, consulting the experts and doctors depending on your age and requirement. Or pranayama under the living guru's guidance. Or any other walking exercise. Physical fitness के लिए मैं कह रहा हूँ. So too, the experimentation too. In the experimentation, one important thing, if it is not told, the topic will be incomplete, is what? Experimentation, even to give up our addictions and give up our negative things. An experimentation of 1 day that I'll be without looking at my cell phone. Status में रख दो, today I am not available. Nothing is emergency. If anything emergency, send the voice message, it will be seen tomorrow. So that others are not doubted and I think they should not celebrate कि क्या हो गया फोन नहीं उठा रहा. So therefore mention it. Experiment to give up the things. Isn't it? 1 day experimented to give up those the disease causing habits of ours. एक दिन पूरा टीवी नहीं देखूंगा मैं, 2 दिन, giving up का भी हमें experimentation करना है. And as we grow in age, the healthy diet, द अनहेल्दी बट टेस्टी फूड होता है. तेल खाते जाओ तो तमोगुण बढ़ता है. यू कैन डाइजेस्ट इट. स्लोली एक्सपेरिमेंट टू रिड्यूस द क्वांटिटी. Experiment for 2 days to be only the things made without the oil, without the sugar, whatever. Such things when we do, our slavery dependence on so many things also be conquered. This is called as conquering ourselves. Other than this, in what way, let us say, we can master our lives? In what way we can travel in the higher and greater paths towards the great goals? And who else can do it for us? And how long? We just wander and loiter only in this life and world of non-performances, immaturities, and a low lives caught up in our own webs and cocoonings. कब तक ऐसे रहे? क्या आगे नहीं बढ़ना? Think about it. So today is how to conquer ourselves. What do you mean by conquering and how to do? Seemingly, I believe some important or useful tips discussed. Maybe that way, day in and day out, put our efforts to conquer ourselves in this way, and thus become master of our life's performances outside in terms of sadharma, inside in terms of the paramadharma. And only those who have experimented and succeeded alone become the instruments in the hands of the Lord to serve the world. The great Hanumanjis and all of them are the examples. They are ready, they take initiatives, they experiment. है कि नहीं? वो बंदा हमेशा स्ट्रेट करता रहता है, वो कोई काम का ही होता नहीं होने का. And don't experiment beyond the limits. धीरे धीरे थोड़ा थोड़ा अपना कैपेसिटी को बढ़ाते हुए. Isn't it? And spiritual things though, 100% all of them are harmless. है ना? और पूजा और जप और स्वाध्याय, they are 100% evolutionary and useful things. ऐसे अच्छे अच्छे चीजों को करने के लिए कितना भय भैया, फियर, क्या हो रहा है अपने अंदर? कौन है भूत शैतान बैठा है अंदर? Now for this to understand more, you listen to evening Tulsi Ramayana class, which was going on last 2-3 days. Maybe today or tomorrow we will conclude that topic. Maybe today only. कि how the माया हमारे बुद्धि को फेरती है और सयानी बुद्धि है तो उस तरफ नहीं जाती है. और how इंद्रिय देवतास, who hate the spiritual sadhana, try to lubhavo us and destroy us. This and that topics are related. That gives us the theory, and this class tells us practically what to do is just start experimenting. एक्सपेरिमेंट करते जाओ, होता हो फियर चला जाना चाहिए हमें. और स्टॉप एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग एंड बिकमिंग एक्सपर्ट इन डूइंग द नेगेटिव थिंग्स. चाहे मैं चोरी करने का एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, सक्सेस हो गया, अब मैं उसी को प्रोफेशन बनाया क्योंकि आपने बताया, मैं तो नहीं बताया. मैं घोटाला करना, मैं झूठ बोलने का एक्सपेरिमेंट किया. नाउ आई हैव लर्नड द आर्ट ऑफ झूटिंग सो दैट नोबडी कैन कैच मी. No, they are all destructive again. Only in positive things. Thank you. Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo. Om मे गुरुभिः पूर्वम् ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यम् ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानाम् ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् ओम भवयेव भवानिति मे नितराम् ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे ओम श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षप्राप्ति सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयः राममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनरापवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदू संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा तस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थं कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओम अथ पारायणं षष्ठोऽध्यायः। For the Parayanam, 6th chapter, chant 4, 5, 6. Om Arabhya Karmani Gunanvitani Bhavanshcha Sarvan Viniyojayed Yah Tesham Bhave Krita Karma Nashah Karma Kshaye Yati Satatvatonyah Adissa Sanyoga Nimitta Hetuhu Parastrikaladakalopi Dushtaha Tam Vishwarupam Bhavabhutamedyam Devam Sachittasthamupasya Purvam Savruksha Krutivi Paronyaha Yasmat Prapancha Parivartateyam Dharmavaham Papanudam Bhagesham Jnatvatmastamamrutam Vishwadhama. Om. Second mantra of this Panchamodhyaya. Very careful. Yonim atitishtatyekaha Vishwani Rupani Yonischa Sarvaha Rutshim Prasutam Kapilam Yahatamagre Jnanair Vibharati Jayamanam Chavashet. Be conscious to catch through all these mantras. What is told is, what we are able to easily see is gross. What with little difficulty we can see is subtle, at least understand. With little more difficulty, what we can comprehend is the causal. Okay. And what Upanishad says is, beyond, behind this, gross, subtle and causal, stula, sukshma, karana, there is the fourth thing, which is the substratum. It is in his presence or its presence that everything is happening and nothing is independent of him. And he is all pervading, infinite, and our job is not to get lost in this stula sukshma karana. Our job is to identify with that the atita. See, yesterday how beautiful was that Brahmanu Chintana mantra, you may be remembering. We chanted it 12 times now. Brahmaivaham na samsari mukto hamiti bhavayet. Brahmaivaham, the fourth one. Na samsari jiva, who is identified with stula sukshma karana. Because I am that Brahman, muktoham, I am liberated. Nacha bandhitaha, never I am bound. अभ्यास करते रहो. See how Bhagavan Shankara recommending to the Lord as if he is telling us the Falashruti there. Ki if 1 month it is done, Na Brahmahatya Papa will go. 1 year if it is done, the Ashta Siddhis will come to us. Throughout life when we do, Jivan Mukti will come to us. कल हमने देखा इवनिंग क्लास में what Upanishads are teaching are this. What you see is grass. Always the grass is backed by this subtle, and beyond and behind the grass and subtle, always there is causal. And beyond this causal, there is something on which both causal, grass, and subtle are sculpita or superimposed. In this kalpita or superimposed alone, all limitations, all beginnings, all modifications, all ends, therefore, all miseries which are called as bondages. And that which is beyond is beginningless, modificationless, endless, and all bliss it is, therefore, liberation. Isn't it? So, for example, here, yonim we see, but we have to see beyond that which is atitishtati, this yonim. So, to sarvani rupani we see. But what through Upanishads we have to understand is that which atitishtati sarvani rupani. So, to yonishcha sarvaha, the secondary yonis. But what we have to, through the authority of Upanishad, we have to understand is the presence of again the Adhisthana for that. Okay? Now all these we can little intellectually understand. The third one, there is someone who is monitoring, supervising this entire universe, its presence, and its modification, its disappearance at the individual and total level. He, in our Vedas, is called as the Hiranyagarbha. Now this is only through Vedas we understand. Now the Vedanta Upanishad says, even that Hiranyagarbha also is expression of or expressed out of that absolute truth. And that expressed Hiranyagarbha has all his Icha Jnana Kriya Shaktis. All of that is given to him by that truth, the reality only. So our drishti should not be even on the Hiranyagarbha, even beyond him. Rushim prasutam kapilam yaha tam agre jnanair bhivarti jayamanam cha pashyet. So jayamanam prasutam agre prasutam kapilam rishim jayamanam pashyati jnanair bhivarti. Jayamanam pashyati means it is in his vision pashyati that this Hiranyagarbhatva is got into manifestation. Then jnanair bhivarti, all the jnanadi shaktis empowerments given to that Hiranyagarbha is by him only. And that Hiranyagarbha is who? Hiranyagarbha samavartata agre bhutasya jataha pati eka asit. Jataha, agre jataha, bhutasya pati. Here also agre jataha, agre jayamana. Same thing. And sadhadhara prithvim dyam uta imam kasmai devaya visham. He is the one who is supporting the entire world. So, what is the thought? There is one truth beyond or behind, which is supporting Hiranyagarbha, who is managing the whole universe. The universe is not directly managed by Parabrahma, it is managed through the expression called Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha cannot do independently anything, it is by the Paramatma, behind in whose presence that happens. So our drishti should be slowly from what is happening to who is doing, to in whose presence it is happening. What's happening is the Sushti Sthitilaya. Who is doing is Hiranyagarbha, in whose presence is Yaha, the Paramatma, the Parabrahman, the reality. Okay? So this is what we have seen yesterday. The Hiranyagarbha was being explained. Oh, sorry, the word Kapila is explained here. Rishim Prasutam Kapilam Yahatam Agre Jnanair Vivarti Jayamananja Pashyatino. That Kapila Rishi's explanations are three. One is Hiranyagarbha is Kapila only. Second is Bhagavan took the Kapila Avatara as per Bhagavata Purana to propound the Moksha Marga through his mother. He takes somebody or the others as means to express the moksha jnana to the people who are there at the time. Second meaning of Kapila. Third Kapila is yes, everybody is expression of the Lord only. Therefore, the Sankhya Pracharaka also the Kapila. And being Vedantins, you and I, please remember this one thought. Being Vedantins, others cannot be told this. What? Keeping intact Ekameva Advaya Brahma as the ultimate truth and ultimate goal. Remember that all other Siddhantas, Darshanas have some or the other truth and utility at their own level. And then they are also given by Paramatma. Therefore, we don't hate them, we don't dislike them. From them, for our goal, if anything is useful, with due respect, we take it, and yet we will not get caught up at any of the darshana as if they are ultimate. स्पष्टता आ गया ना? Let us say the karma yoga or bhakti yoga. They are never ultimate because in them there is always dvaita, there is always dvandva, there is always the result which is limited. Isn't it? Our goal is Advaita Ekameva Advaya and never ending. That's only in Brahma Jnana. But in Karma Yoga, in the Bhakti Yoga, there are some truths at their own level. And they are beautiful and useful. So use them. And through Karma Yoga, we can Antakarana Shuddhi. Isn't it? Was it not told in the so-called Brahma Vidya giving Taittiriya Upanishad itself? That, oh Omkara Lord, give me all the wealth. With that I will do Yagni Yaga, so that I become Shuddha Antakarana. With that I will do the Brahma Anveshana. So too, the prayers are there of devotion. उसको यूज करो, लेकिन वहां रुक मत जाओ और उनको हेट ना करो और उसमें अटैच भी नहीं होना. So too in the world with everything, that way your parents know their value. Do the service to them out of all gratitudes with respect, reverence. Make use of them by learning from them, from their experiences, and get all the samskara and guidance from them. Yet, they are not the goal. Goal is Paramatma. They also should train like that. Beta, you gave us the joy of being parents. We took care of you. You are grown up now. Now you are ultimately independent from us. Yet, as long as we are there, you are with us. We will not bind you your progress. We are also on our path. See that clarity? Like in my class. You are all welcome. Come, listen. Learn the Vedanta. But be independent. Be on your path to reach out to your own goal. Ultimate is that only. So, as a Vedantin, that way be large-hearted. One more addition is, when this I am saying, don't become too liberal. Again, to go for the guidance into those Nastika dharmas, which one, do not follow or believe Vedas. Second, they try to destroy. थोड़ा वहाँ बच के रहना. I have to tell this because the Acharya of the Advaita Vedanta, Adi Shankara Bhagavan himself, traveled all over the world and disproved and defeated all of them vehemently and strongly. So to say, they are all wrong, don't listen to them. Because हमको नास्तिक बना देते, उनसे तो बच कर ही रहना. जैसे when I tell you कि everything is Bhagavad expression, and yet I have to tell no, just because everything is Bhagavan's expression, don't stand in front of a snake and don't take a poison saying that it is Bhagavan's expression only. बोला पड़ेगा मुझे, नहीं तो भक्त स्वामी आपने कहा हमने poison भी ले ली. I have to tell you, though everything is expression of divine, still you have to be careful with such things. है ना, like the gravitational pull is expression of God. That doesn't mean you jump from the 12th floor, isn't it? In the same way, just be cautious about that. We have our Vedas, we have our Shrutis Purana Itihasa authority, because 100% stick to them. Right? Now, luckily, coincidentally, after giving the Upanishadic quotations, Purana quotation is given here by Bhagavan Adi Shankara to say that the Kapila means Hiranyagarbha, to say the Kapila means the Kapila रूप में जो भगवान आए हैं ऋषि वही है. That we have to see as a भाष्य in the second mantra. Up to that we saw yesterday. Okay, कितने चीजें उन्होंने कहा. First कपिलम कनक कपिल वर्णम. Kapila means ka means kanaka, pila means varna. So kanaka varna is hiranyagarbha varna. Therefore it is hiranyagarbha. First point. Second, prasutam means svena eva utpaditam. Out of him only he projected this kapila varna kanaka hiranyagarbha. Okay. Then hiranyagarbham. Then hiranyagarbham janayasam masapuram iti asya eva janma shravanat. So from Paramatma, he himself conceived and expressed Hiranyagarbha. This is what is Shravanat. Whenever the word Shravanat is said in Bhashyam by Shankara, what he means is Shravanat means the Shruti authority. Elsewhere in another Upanishad. Shravanat matlab Shruti se. It is Smaranat. When he says it is from the Smriti. That's how he mentions. Shravanat means in the Shruti it is said कि जनयामास पूर्वम. अभी हमने कोट किया ना हिरण्यगर्भ समवर्तत अग्रे भूतस्य जातः अग्रे जातः. So in this way स्वेन उत्पादितम हिरण्यगर्भम जनयामास पूर्वम इति अस्य एव जन्म श्रवणात् अन्यस्य च अश्रवणात्. In the Shruti तो the Lord has expressed Hiranyagarbha only, that is said. Therefore, from the highest authority of the Shruti, the Kapila is equal to the Hiranyagarbha only. Okay? Anyasya ashravanat. Shruti ke authority se. Second, Uttaratra in this very Shruti, in this very Shwethashwathara Upanishad, Uttaratra means in the forthcoming shlokas, Yo Brahmanam vidadati purvam, Yo vai vedanscha prahinoti tasmai. है ना, तम देवम आत्मबुद्धि प्रकाशम मुमुक्षुन्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये. One of the most quoted shloka of this Upanishad. This one and yesterday Parabhakti, the last one, they are quoted. So in that, Yaha, that Parabrahma Paramatma, Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam, expresses the Brahma Deva out of himself. Then Tasmai to him, Vedanscha Prahinoti, gives the whole Veda Jnana. Then with the support of the Veda Jnana, that Brahmadeva does the Srishti Sthiti Laya, the Hiranyagarbha. So in this very Upanishad, again the authority comes. Therefore, when it is said, Rushim Prasutam Agre, when it is said, the Paramatma Prasuta, the Agre, the Rishi was this Hiranyagarbha. Therefore, Kapila is Hiranyagarbha. हो गया. नेक्स्ट वन कि इति वक्षमानत्वात्. देन कपिलो ग्रजः. कपिलः अग्र एंड फर्स्ट. जमीन बॉर्न. द फर्स्ट बॉर्न इज कपिला. इन पुराण आल्सो इज सेड. तो अग्रजा इन द वेदास इज हिरण्यगर्भ. अग्रजा इन पुराण इज कपिला. तो व्हाट सेज पुराण सेज फॉर दैट द अथॉरिटी बीइंग द वेदास. Here the Kapila must be Hiranyagarbha. That you have to relate this way. Samshay should not be there. So Kapilo Gracha iti Purana Vachanatu. तो पुराण वचन भी हो गया. तो कपिला हिरण्यगर्भो वा निर्दिश्यते. तो इन दिस वे कपिला और भगवान अवतार और हिरण्यगर्भ both are said. So Kapila means Hiranyagarbha, it was already explained. No, Kapila means the Avatara, it is told in the mantras now. Purana mantras. Which Purana Bhagavan Shankara has not given name of it. जो भी है उसमें देखिएगा. I am reading it, quickly explaining. Kapila Rishir Bhagavatah. Kapila Rishi Bhagavatah. Kapila is Bhagavan, who is a Rishi. Rishi means the one who has got jnana. Kapila Rishir Bhagavataha Sarvabhutasya Vai Kila Vishnoho Amshaha. Okay. Jagan Mohanashaya Samupagataha. Here the talking is about Kapila. Who is the Kapila Rishi? Where from he has come? Bhagavataha Sarvabhutasya. The one who is the Lord of everyone. Vishnoho. Of the Lord Vishnu Amshaha. So the Lord of everyone, Vishnu, his Amsha is that Kapila Rishi. Why he has come? Jagat Mohanashaya. He came to destroy the delusion of the beings of the world. So Bhagataha, he has come. So Narayana only came in the form of Kapila by giving the knowledge to remove the Moha. So one quotation is over. So Kapila is Narayana. Next one. बड़ा वाला ये अच्छा है थोड़ा ध्यान से पढ़ो एंड यस्टरडे अगेन इन दैट विष्णु सहस्रनाम ऑफ स्कंद पुराण माइंड ब्लोइंग थिंग्स की भगवान विष्णु ही सब कुछ है जो बता रहे हैं डोंट मिस दैट माइंड जो है कहीं कहीं जो फंस जाता है to accept somebody as Paramatma, those hesitations go away, then they continuously shouted a thing in the Upanishad class that everything is that reality ultimately we start accepting. मजा आता है बहुत फायदा कर रहा था मुझे तो वो वाला आज भी होगा कल भी होगा टाइम है तो सुनो so here the next one is what कृते युगे परम ज्ञानम Krita Yuga mein, the Paragnana, the supreme knowledge of the reality, Kapila Adi Swarupa Dhratu, the Lord who has taken the Swarupa like the Kapila Adi through them. Dadati Sarva Bhutatma, the Lord only gives. To Lord, Parabrahma Paramatma or Narayana, taking the Rupa of Kapila etc. in the Krita Yuga, he gives Dadati. What he gives? Param Jnanam. For what? Sarvasya Jagataha Hitam. For the hita of the entire Jagat in the Krita Yuga, through the form of Kapila Adi, the Lord gives Param Jnanam. So Krite Yuge, Param Jnanam, Kapila Adi Swarupa Bhrut, Sarvabhutatma Dadati. Sarvasya Jagataha Hitam. So सारे जगत के हित के लिए वही परमात्मा कृतयुग में कपिल आदि रूपों का धारणा खुद करके परम ज्ञानम देते हैं सो कृतयुग में परमात्मा कपिल आदि रूपों का धारण करके परम ज्ञान देते हैं लोगों का हित के लिए सी हिंदी में स्टेप बाय स्टेप सो therefore the Kapila is the Hiranyagarbha expression of divine. अब Hiranyagarbha ऊपर हो गया expression of the avatar of the Lord only. That's what is substantiated. Next one, wonderful. To that Narayana, to that Paramatma, see the prayer. Tvam Shakraha Sarva Devanam. Among all the Devatas, you are Shakra Shatakrutu Indra. Brahma Brahma Vidam Asi. In the knower of the Vedas, or the Brahma Tattva, you are Sakshat Brahma Deva. Then Vayur Balavatam Devaha. Among all the Balavan Devatas, you are Vayu. Yoginam Tvam Kumarakaha. In all the yogis, you are the Sanat Kumara himself. Then Rishinam Vasishtastvam, among all the rishis, O Lord, you are the expression, the Vasishtha himself. Then Vyaso Veda Vidavasi, in the knowers of Veda Jnanam, you are the Vyasa Sakshat. Now the last one, for telling which this whole quotation was quoted was, is Sankhyanaham Kapilo Devaha. Among all the Sankhyans, you are the Kapila Deva only. Here the Sankhya is not again Sankhya Shastra. Here the Sankhya means Samyak Khyapanam, the correct explanation of the reality with all its details. Like we have the second chapter of Gita which we are going to study after 5 minutes. So Sankhyanam Kapilo Devaha. Here also again Kapila Rishi ne Kapila Deva kaha. इन गीता सिद्धा नाम कपिलो मुनि भी कहते हैं फिर वहां देन रुद्रा नाम से शंकर देन यू ओनली द शंकर अमंग ऑल द रुद्रासु इति परम ऋषि प्रसिद्ध इन दैट वे द परम ऋषि द कपिल ऋषि के रूप में साक्षात नारायण ओनली केम सो ऑल इन ऑल That Hiranyagarbha or Kapila Rishi is Paramatma only. The Hiranyagarbha came for the Srishti Sthiti Laya. Kapila Rishi came to give the Moksha Jnanam at the Sthiti Kala to all the Jivas. But in both ways, both Rupa, the Parabrahma only expressed. Therefore, our Drishti should be through all these phenomena on to Him. That is the bottom line. This is the prakriya. Through this prakriya, when our faith in the presence of the Lord grows more and more, then the jignasa to know Him grows. Then we ask the Guru, we want to know him. Then the Guru tells, become introverted, antarmukha, kashchit dhira pratyekatmana mahikshan, that Hiranyagarbha, that Kapila, that Parabrahma, you discover the cave of your own heart. When you truly follow all the techniques and discover him, then we will see he is Ekameva Advayam Brahma. He alone is there. Then all these Brahmadi, Devatas, Hiranyagarbhadi, Kapiladi, and through them entire Rupanamatmaka Jagat, with all its seeming substantiality, all of them are nothing but the Kalpita for the Leela. Their presence or absence does not, will not disturb that Aham Brahmas. That's the moksha. I am that self who supports everything without getting affected by anything. Day before Allah, last 3-4 mantras of Brahmana Chintanam was that only. In my presence only all Indriyas work. Today we will see how the Upadhi Nirakarana is done. Okay, now the last paragraph. Ki ततस्तदानीं तु भुवनम् अस्मिन् प्रवर्तते कपिलं कवीनां स षोडशास्त्रो पुरुषश्च विष्णोः विराजमानं तमसः परस्तात् इति श्रूयते मुण्डक उपनिषदि. Not in this portion of Mundaka, somewhere else it must be there. Shankara quotes. But according to this also, that Kapila is the expression of divine. Saha eva va Kapilaha prasiddhaha agre srishti kale. In the this way, the Kapila is in the beginning of the Srishti, the expression of the divine only. Then yo, that Kapila only, jnanaihi, dharma jnana vairagya aishwaryaihi, vibharti, vabhara, jayamanam cha, pashyet, apashyat ityartha. That Paramatma only, to this Kapila Hiranyagarbha, fills him with all the jnana. Then he is the one who visualized his expression, means he only through his vision made that Kapila or Hiranyagarbha express, and to him the jnana he only gave, with the jnana received from that Paramatma. This Hiranyagarbha and Kapila are doing their work of this world universe. Listen, again and again listen. Contemplate slowly, slowly. First the information is registered, then through the contemplation the understanding is gained. Okay, then through the meditation and experience the truth is discovered what is said. Vedant ka pura sar fir ek baar suno. First, the whole world what we are saying has come from the Lord. First point. Second, the Lord is such, the reality that was Brahman. Is birth, modification, death, etc. without them. If that being so, from that Lord, therefore, this entire world cannot come as creation. Then what it must be, if it is not created, only another option is what? It's only projected. You must ask how it must be projected. It is the infinite power. Again a question, is that power independent of the Lord? No. Does it, that power or the power used creation through the power, will it affect the Lord? That's what we said in the beginning only. That the Maya Shakti bhi or Maya se kalpit Sara Vishwa bhi वो परमात्मा को बिगाड़ते नहीं. And our goal is to shift our attention and identity from the Maya Karta Srishti Sthiti Laya to the Mayapati, the Paramatma. These are the things, the summary of Vedanta. So we see the phenomenal world. We conclude that it is real. This is what the samsari ignorant does. वेदांत में कहते हैं all this world is karya, it has a karana, and that karana is one without second Paramatma. Then, by saying so, the independence of the Jagat is gone. It is all from Paramatma. After this way, accepting the presence of Paramatma, his nature is acquired. His nature is Janma Jara Roga Mrityu Rahit. Now the yukti is what? If somebody is without modification, how can he become cause for something? Therefore, he is not the cause. If he is not the cause, then this whole thing is not an effect. Therefore, two things. One, the Brahman is the Karyakarana Rahita. Second is what? This entire seen Jagat is, with all its seeming beauties and appearances and wonders, they are only Kalpita but not real. And examples of our dream. They are also as wonderful as this world. But yet, when you wake up to waking plane, they are all Kalpita. They are not Kalpita only when we wake up. In the dream also they were Kalpita, but they were taken by us as real. And all the logics in Mandukya were shown. First the dream is Kalpita proved, so to the Jagrat. Then the whole point is what? The reality given to this world should go away, and the reality behind this world has to be recognized. Thank you. Om 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 Om. Tomorrow we'll continue this 2 or 3 things that are left, then go to the third mantra. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे सतिमात्रे नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. That's great. Join for Gita if you have time.